looking after the planet is one of the most important things we can do, because I think Peter Jackson said pain is temporary, film is eternal. But who cares if you make a whole lot of films and your kids can't live on this earth to see those films.
Here we are in Cannes in France. I've seen lots of rosé consumed and some of it wasted, lots of food thrown away at the end of the meal. I'm sure on every movie set there's wastage, there's economies that could be put into place to make the industry more sustainable and a better corporate citizen in this world.
Spider-Man is the most green studio movie ever. They decided not to use any plastic bottles, but to have water in gallons. Then everybody had their own cups. A big Hollywood production has a team. Everybody drinks 1 bottle of water, or maybe even 3 per day. That would be 1,000 plastic bottles per day. If you multiply it with 70 shooting dates, then it's a lot, and in the end the amount of bottles was so huge. If they have put them in a long row next to each other, you could have surrounded the island of Manhattan with it. So it does make a big difference.
I think going green is something that we all need to be conscious about. I think in the way that we're living our lives now, it's very easy to just go on through and not be aware of the damage that we're causing. So it needs to definitely be something that every industry needs to be conscious about in everything that they're doing. I know for us on set, our actress is very upset that we had so many polystyrene cups and we were throwing them away, and she was just like, you guys need to be conscious about this. And for us, it was not something we'd even thought about, like the idea that we were throwing away 100 polystyrene cups a day. But when she made us aware of that, I became a little bit more conscious that this was actually a thing, that we need to start preserving those things and making sure that we are recycling.
I think green is vital for the survival of the human race. I think that mankind has abused the earth for too long, and I think in every way cinema has a great opportunity, or media has a great opportunity. Firstly, because we can use that platform to showcase the consequences, the issues of pollution, the issues of how greening can make a positive difference. From our cinema point of view, we've changed, for example, all our lighting to LED lighting, less consumption. We are looking at opportunities around solar power. South Africa has sun, God's gift, so why not make use of this beautiful platform of using technology, using what nature has, and being able to make a positive difference. And that, so, cinemas obviously take a lot of energy, and so I think that there's so many dimensions around which private sector, government, and I think South African government has set incentives for companies who go green. You get tax incentives as part of the whole global initiative. If we want to care for our planet, which is Mother Earth, has given us everything, the least we can do is respect this earth and try in whatever way. If we can send a man to the moon and back, we can be able to preserve our wonderful world.
When I see the trees, the leaves are even greener, the flowers seem to smell a little sweeter now. Each day is radiant and new. Life's a little brighter with you.
Yeah, I do think that obviously it's on top of everyone's mind when going green. When you come to places like Cannes, it's amazing how much of the material is recyclable, from the forks and knives to the bowls that you eat out of. I do think that there's a focus, but if you are in the spotlight, you have a duty to give back to some cause, because you wield so much power.
Well, it's definitely an important matter. I mean, you can't ignore it, A simple thing like film studios could easily be able to be powered by solar. And it's a very good idea to start bringing issues of recycling around film sets. I don't know where you would start, but I think it's an excellent idea. I'm definitely going to adopt it for my next project. I must just remember it.
I think people are looking for solutions, so they're happy when the World Bank and the United Nations, comes to their place of work, Cannes Film Festival, to talk to them about, well, what can you do to help us develop the world in a sustainable way, encourage nations to take climate action.
While it seems like such a simple thing, like why wouldn't you care about the world? It does sometimes become a polarizing thing. It becomes a Republican and Democrat thing, or a conservative and a liberal thing. It feels like people often aren't on the fence about it. They're either pro or they're against it. And so how do we find a new way to tell the story which is not going to get people's backs up, to get them on the train, to doing what's best for our planet?
La Palme d'Or
goes
La Palme
to
d'Or
du Festival international du film. La Palme d'Or a été décernée.
Since its first appearance in Cannes in 1955, the Palme d'Or has taken on many different forms. Initially inspired by a drawing by Jean Cocteau, its design progressively changed. In 1997, its current shape was finally redesigned. Created by the jeweler Chopard, it takes on a whole new dimension. More than a trophy, it is now a real jewel, did every year in the Swiss firm's Geneva workshop.
So we thought that the Palme d'Or, which is such a strong symbol, should have been made with Fairmine gold. So we started to do this. I can say probably that now the Palme d'Or is even more precious because it represents something very important for us and for everyone. The name of the collection is Green Carpet, that we started 5 years ago. And the objective is to show to the jewelry and watches industry that it is possible to produce beautiful piece of jewelry and watches, being much more conscious of where the raw materials come from and being much more ethical than what's the situation today. We started from the gold, which is actually the base of the work of a jewelry, because we had the right partner, a NGO called Alliance of Responsible Mines, a very important organization that helped us in selected the mines with whom we are collaborating. Artisanal mines that are based in Colombia. EcoAge is our partner #1 in this project. The artistic director of EcoAge is a very good friend, Livia First. She was the one that showed us the way, actually. It's not only the aesthetical part, which remains beautiful if you know how to do jewelry, but also it's very important the intrinsic value of the piece. The jewels of the Green Carpet collection can be twice more beautiful because of the respect that we have for people that are involved and for the materials that we use. The story started actually a few months ago when Caroline wanted to absolutely to have emeralds, green emeralds in our Green Carpet collection. This is a unique rough emeralds of more than 300 carats. From this incredible gift of nature, you can do many stones, cut stones. We have decided to do a partnership with Gemfields. They have emerald mines in Zambia. When you see those pieces, they are so incredible, and you understand that nature gives us everything. We need to respect nature. If you are really passionate and you really believe in it, you can really do something very important for everyone, for the world.
Green Cinema is a very new project. I created a Green Cinema label. The idea is that cinema itself should be operated in a more sustainable way. Why should producers of film or television have the right to pollute the world with public tax money? Why? I realized that there is a bigger awareness for green subjects. Also in Cannes, I think it would be wonderful if the festival would support it in a much stronger way and also use it as a positive promotion.
We will only have one planet, as far as we know, that we can live in. And so I think it is very important for every industry to look into those matters. I think we're at the point now where we can't dismiss that as something that is just, hairy-fairy, fuzzy. It is actually factual, and it is urgent, and it is a crisis. And therefore, we would also like to see the film industry challenging itself in terms of what can they do about it. And it's going to take each one of us doing our part, because it's not one of those responsibilities that you can say, I will go on with my business as usual, other people need to find their own way.
Well, partnership is really key to everything, I think. There are so many people who want to help. There's a misconception that by taking care of the environment, by doing your business in a sustainable way, it's going to cost more money. In fact, the opposite is true. By taking on these new approaches, you can actually save money. It's going to be their children, their grandchildren who are going to pick up the world that we leave behind. And so that's why I think people are, all of us are engaging in this, because we want to leave, we should want to leave the planet in better shape than when we found it. I mean, essentially, we should all be invested in that. But the way we're operating on this earth, through our industries, through the way we consume, through the clothes that we wear and the cars we drive and the behaviors that we show, we are using the world's resources in an irresponsible manner, and we're beginning to realize that that's not going to work for very long. The climate is changing. The world's temperature is getting warmer. This is going to have massive repercussions for humanity for centuries to come. And we have the knowledge and the opportunity to affect change. And change we must.